Good evening, welcome to tonight's Heroes Half Hour of sorts. I'm Hammy, this is FailCraft cast. Hope you're well. It's Friday night and we're coming into the weekend. We're going to be jumping into just a bit of fun, Heroes of the Storm. Sorry, it's a little bit late going live this evening, loads of traffic and having to eat and all of those human things that you have to do. But we're going to be doing a bit of play and learn tonight, just for a bit of fun. Welcome to Ossidium. He is also casting. You should go to twitch.tv/Ossidium if you want to see Ossidium's perspective, either right now or perhaps after the games are done. You can see this game from two different angles. Ossidium is randoming. We have Uther, Reyna, Tychus, and we are playing and learning tonight as Nova. Nova the StarCraft Ghost. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Nova, Nova is straight out of several different bits of StarCraft lore. You see Nova show up in Heart of the Swarm, basically one of the ghosts working for the Dominion, who is tasked with hunting down and sorting out Jim Reyna, amongst other things. So as a ghost, if you knew Kerrigan's ghost-like career before, ghosts are the special psychic sort of commando assassins of the StarCraft universe for the human Terran side. They can do a whole bunch of cool things, cloaking, psychic abilities and a whole bunch of other stuff, but generally they're very stealthy, very cool type assassins who will stop at nothing to go and conquer whatever foe they have going. So as you pardon my binging sounds, I'm just quickly going to throw up a tweet so we are live and ready to go. We are. Here we come, and let's see, most interestingly, what Ossidium has rolled as we are partied up for a random. So Nova, as we're going to play and learn, Nova is a ranged assassin. Nova's role in things. Let's see, where is Ossidium? Smutty pants. Ossidium is ETC. That is good. I like it. So Ossidium is taking ETC in his random, and ETC is a warrior, so that will complement us nicely. Ossidium hopefully might be able to get up close and personal in the face of the enemy, where we can stand back and do a bit of sniping, a little bit of ranged damage. So you may have just seen me take that talent. I'm increasing Snipe's range. Snipe is one of Nova's abilities. As a ranged assassin, Nova is trying to fulfill that damage dealing role. She has to stay back. She has low health, so her job is going to be sticking around and making sure that she stays at good range, positions herself well. In a team fight, I'm going to want to be on the edge of things, making sure that I can do as much damage as possible to big key enemy threats. I've seen two of them spawn, and ETC, Ossidium has got caught. I'm stealthed at the moment, so I'm going to back him up and see how things are going. They then split off, so we're going to come back down to the bottom lane with Tyrael. Ossidium is going for the waypoint, so I'm going to back him up. So let's have a quick chat about Nova. Nova's abilities, there we go. I'm going to come out of stealth. We're suddenly going to ambush Reyna. ETC has managed to get that stun in. He has decided to try Ingrid. We are chasing down. This is quite dangerous. Ingrid has decided to try and pull the minions to make us escape. So Nova, as a ranged assassin, has a whole bunch of handy range skills. We have Snipe. If we look at Snipe, 170 damage to the first enemy hit, and my Psyops rangefinder talent is, there we go, I can jump in, fire some damage in, a little too close to the turret, I'm just going to have to back off there. An example of what not to do as a ranged assassin. I do not want to be flying in that close. These two melee warriors, we've got Diablo in the bottom lane, they can fight all day. So as a Snipe, that is my range skill shot that basically it's got quite a long range because I've taken the talent that increases it. So that's a nice way of me harassing, doing damage in the long range. Then got Pinning Shot, 104 damage to an enemy, and most importantly, it has the slow, so it slows it down by 30% for 2.25 seconds. We then have Hollow Decoy. I can throw out a decoy that just appears to attack enemies. It's a way of getting people off my case, so I can run away and escape. SS bot, I'm just going to call that someone is missing from the bottom lane. I'm then going to go for increased basic attack range. I could go for Vampiric Assault for attacks healing me, that'll keep me in lane longer. Stronger basic attacks, more Hollow Decoy. I'm going to go for basic attacks healing me. That should let me stay in the lane for a lot longer. We have a siege tank hero who's just appeared. I'm going to see, hopefully, Ossidium is going to dive in. We're not on TeamSpeak, but this siege tank hero is really overcommitted. Oh, he's quick, he's just managed to run away. That could have been a very nice, easy kill for us. Very, very unlucky. That could be a good kill for our team if we'd just been able to stun or slow him down a little bit more. If I'd been able to get my pinning shot on. He's on very low health, he's not gone back to base, and he's not in siege mode. Yeah, so close, I agree, Ossidium, but he's in the bush. I'm going to ping that bush. We might be able to get a kill here. Oh, and there's the kill. First one for bottom lane. GG. Sorry, good game. Good job. So you can see that what happened there with the specialist, we were able to reach out with our extended snipe, so Nova being able to get in at range and do some very, very nice damage there. However, that was maybe a slight misplay by that Sergeant Hammer specialist hero. He should not have come so close. And as a specialist, or as a ranged hero, Sergeant Hammer as a specialist is also a ranged hero. You want to be keeping yourself at good range, because if people get up close and personal to you, you're very squishy. By squishy I mean that you don't really take too much damage. ETC is going to the healing fountain. Thanks for the call, Acidium. Next, we're at level 7. I can have decreased ability cooldowns for my basic attacks. My Hollow DK explodes and does damage. Snipe does extra damage in an area. And using ability and powers next attack, I'm going to go for decreased cooldowns. So the build I'm going for is very much, I've sacrificed a bit of range on my basic attacks, but I've got longer snipe. I've got basic attacks decreasing the cooldowns on my abilities. That means I can use snipe more often, and I've also got vampiric attacks healing me, meaning that every basic attack I make will be healing me some, so that means I can effectively stay in lane longer. It's not going to give me more mana, but what it will do is make sure that I can keep my health nice and high. I'm not going to have to keep going back for healing fountains or similar spawns. So at the moment we're doing okay. We've managed even to grab a tribute. 2 of us in this bottom lane doing a very good job. There's a bit of a team fight going in here. Smarty Pants has got caught, so I'm just going to see if we can assist him and stop him from dying. It's going to be pretty hard. Deadest has jumped in, Godstorm has jumped out, Tyrael we might be able to pick off, Sergeant Hammer goes down, and then Tyrael goes down as well. A nice little double kill there. Tyrael will explode when he dies if he's taken a particular talent, but the fight for the tribute, so our team, because we are on oh, I forgot the name of the map. But basically we need to collect the tributes, and then the tributes will curse the enemy team. That will mean that their siege minions and buildings do a lot less damage, so their buildings stop doing damage, and then all of their minions get 1 HP. So basically if you manage to trigger the actual curse with 3 tributes, you can then do a whole bunch of damage to the base. Not entirely sure what this Kerrigan is doing. We're just going to gun it down. Oh, I don't know what this enemy team is doing. They're getting so up close and personal. It's not even funny. Kerrigan just stood there. Maybe they're AFK, maybe a problem with connection or similar. So up to level 10 we can have heroic ability. We can either have triple tap. Now Nova, that is basically a very long range triple shot, and it locks onto the target. So that's basically a ranged assassination. I'm just going to run and back up ETC. Or precision strike, unlimited range. I can call down area of AoE damage, area of effect, at any point in the map effectively. I'm going to go for triple tap because I like that. It goes with my nice assassination style build. So this turret has run out of ammo. That means we can push down the gate. We're really doing a reasonable job in this bottom lane of pushing. The next tribute is spawning. The tribute is there, so I'm going to ping. I think we should go and get tribute. The 3rd tribute will let us curse and push even further. Come on, Acidium, and we can see that Nova's other ability, which we've nicely not discussed so far, is permanent sniper cloak. So what permanent sniper cloak does is that if I'm out of combat for 2 seconds, then I cloak up, and I can really... Oh, and the siege tank hero runs in. He's managed to drop his mines. Ingrid has flown in there and has just had to run straight through. We'll leave Acidium, and there goes the curse. There's 2 enemy heroes there. They've managed to take some mercenaries, but the Witch Doctor and Kerrigan. Now, when it comes to team fights, I need to make sure I stay reasonably far away. Okay, I'm going to call it. Oh, yep, because the curse is down, of course. Remember that on this map, that means that there's not going to be any firing for the next 47 seconds while that curse is active. And what that means is that, as you can see, Acidium and myself are charging forward, and we're going to be able to do some great damage on this bottom lane, really making sure that we make the most. We'd make even more damage on this bottom lane if everyone was joining us, but we have a couple of our other team deathmatching in the middle. I'm going to ping, see if anyone will help us push forward. But if we even get the first lane of turrets down, we could have done a lot more. Ideally, when the curse goes down, the entire team should team up, come together, and push a lane as hard as possible. 15 seconds to go. It's going to be very hard for us to make any further progress, but we've at least managed to get the first lane down. So it's going to be hard for us to make much more progress. I think we should probably look to take some mercenaries at this point and continue our push. Now we can see that there is a mercenary just pushing there. There is a... Okay, Acidium is going back to base, so I shall join him. We now get to grab our level 13 talent for Nova. Hey Lud, great to have you with us. And we're just going to clear out these siege ogres, just make sure that everything's well in our lane. So, with a couple of talents, 11, 13 talent, we've got advanced cloaking. We can move faster and gain health, so we have regen. Acidium has gone in for this boss, so Just going to make sure that I get the damage going while we're going. Oh, and that I've managed to take aggro through doing a bunch of damage. Spell shield, so reduced incoming ability damage. That will shield me against enemy heroes. Hollow drone, my decoy, it does damage and uses abilities. Reduced, but still will do some damage rather than just standing there. I'm just going to make sure I get my shots off. Remote access lets me control the decoy, see if I or overdrive. I can empower my abilities for extra mana, so that's like an additional bloodlust. I can do additional damage, but my mana will be depleted quite considerably. Very good job by Sidium there. Note how the warrior and assassin working quite well together. The warrior can be tanking, whereas I can be pushing forward. And oh, okay, Tyrael is down. Now let's just make sure that we stay away from Ghost Tyrael. Now with 3 of us, it's actually a very good time for us to push. We can push the bottom lane. So you've got some different options there for your level 13 talent for Nova. You can decide to go whether you're going to go a lot more offensive or whether you want to have a lot more regen. I've been taking a lot of regen, so my basic attacks are already doing regen. I feel like my regen's pretty good. I'm going to take Spell Shield. That means that I'm going to take a little bit less damage from enemy abilities. Will be good in case I get stuck. If I decided to go for the heal, moving faster and getting health while cloaked, then I would really be a very fast healing option. Not ideal here that Dead Dest is hitting this tower. We should all be focusing the same tower, but with 3 of us up here and only one opponent in the form of Godstorm, now the Witch Doctor Cola is coming in, and then we also finally have Ingrid coming in as Reyna. That will let us continue to push. Although our golem has gone down, we've managed to make sure that we actually trash the front of their base. So a good start for Team Blue. We are 2 levels ahead, so if we just take a quick look at the score map, you can see that we're pretty ahead in terms of player kills as well. I'm actually just going to take this mercenary camp. Now, we've not actually had a look at Hollow Decoy yet. If I throw out my Hollow Decoy there, it'll ping away at things. It will, of course, tank away. I can see now that Koja is in position. Acidium, I'm hoping, has also seen that. But we now know that there's... Oh, and here comes Tyrael, but he's seen there's 2 of us. He's looking to try and make a steal. Ingrid comes in. I do have my ultimate ability up. However, I'm taking a lot of damage. So I'm going to throw out my Hollow Decoy to get out of the battle. You can see that my stealth ability has triggered. Oh, so sadly, I was just out of... Now I can jump in, unstealth. 3 shots on Godstorm. He's down. We can then try and ping Reyna. 2 down. Double kill. Very nicely played. So I'm actually going to base. I'm going to let Obsidian know that I'm going back. Even if you're not on comms, I'm not on comms with Obsidian at this point in time just because I'm streaming, but hopefully we'll do some joint streaming soon. Always remember, you know, type some text and make sure that you let your team and your sort of friend in your lane know what you're up to. Okay, we've got a tribute spawning. I'm just pinging to my team. Remember, in Heroes, if you press G, it brings up a little radial, and that little radial will let you issue a lot of different sort of commands. So look, if I drag with G, I can say danger on my way, defender assist me. So I'm going to say I'm on my way. And there is the sea tank hero. We all jump in, and oh, he should not have run in on his own. Ran into 4 members of Team Blue who were all converging on that point. So looking pretty good for Team Blue at this point. All going very, very nicely. Team Blue teaming up very well in the bottom lane. Acidium, for you guys who have just tuned in, is joining us. We're playing together as a team, and remember that if you play together as a team, like the Lego movie, everything is awesome because you get 50% extra bonus XP from playing in a team with a friend on your friends list. So Heroes of the Storm really encouraging you to team up with a buddy and go and do some damage. So with 4 of us in the bottom lane, we're now going to push down this final middle lane. Sorry, we're pushing down this turret. We're really just having a push of this middle lane. Kerrigan is down for another 18 seconds. We have a talent that we need to pick. Crippling Shot, more damage with Pinning Shot is good. A Snipe, penetrating through enemies. Activate to slow and steal health. So Kerrigan, Nova, sorry, can actually take 3 abilities. We can take Vampiric Assault, we can take another one earlier on, and that one, so we can have 3 health stealing abilities if we so choose. So there's a really good way for Nova to regenerate health there. And then activate to reduce cooldowns. That might be quite fun. Faster ability, a second ability that we could take. D King, I'm thinking, is new. He should not be running in so often, or he's perhaps lagging, because if you run in as a ranged hero like Sergeant Hammer there, it's just going to end in tears. You need to make sure that you're staying back as a specialist or a ranged hero. So as we bash down this wall, we're pushing well. What is Acidium up to? Seems to be jungling a bit around, but we'll keep pushing on. You can see that my basic attacks there, thanks to my Vampiric Assault, healing me very, very nicely. I don't need to worry about health too much. I'm going to go for Snipe, penetrating through enemies as a real DPS damage related talent. Is it true that my ult's cooldown is reset if I make a kill? Not on Nova. question from the chat as far as I know. Oh, I've just focused in, but I don't think I'm going to kill him. Can I kill him in his base? No, I can't. That spell shield wall has stopped me. As you can see, we are just right in front of the base. D-King is going to go down again. Sergeant Hammer going to throw out my decoy, and suddenly we just need to all focus Raynor on our team. Smarty Pants. I know, sorry, that's the enemy Raynor. Ingrid is calling in the Hyperion battlecruiser. It is absolutely too late. A very good game for Team Stream. Lovely stuff for Sidian. Well played to you, sir. And there we go. Victory for Team FailCraft, Team Blue. Some lovely work there.